Now that I've explained the astrology, let's just get right in there. So of course we're going to go to the new moon first. So I'm going to pull in that sun in Pisces, which for the Libra risings, a lot of the energy here. It's an interesting setup for you because, sorry, let me get this over here. What's interesting about it is there's like a weird work-love combo. So all this Pisces energy that's really active right now is in the 6th house. 6th house is, for me, like daily service to the world. It's more like your job. It's your day-to-day life. But what could be more exciting for a lot of change than your day-to-day life, right? So it's a mundane house. It's kind of a boring house. You know, it's where you pay bills, you take care of your body, it's your health, it's but it's your day-to-day. So what's going on here? We've got a new moon. And like I explained, it feels like new beginnings, but it feels like endings as well. So I'm focusing now on that moon in Pisces, very feely. I'm getting a romantic vibe here. I just am. I didn't for the last couple I did, so who knows? We've got Chiron conjunct this new moon in Pisces in your house of day-to-day living. So that's a curious combination. How's that going to go? I don't know. Who or what is tickling a wound that's going to help you heal it is the idea. How do we heal it? By bringing it up. It's like popping a zit. And then lastly, and these are, you know, conjunct all to each other. They are all at 26. Well, except for Chiron's at 28, but good enough, huh? And then Neptune he's far behind him. He's at 14, so he's just hanging out. But there is a spiritual component to this house that I often feel when I've been reading you guys. It feels like a daily spiritual practice, or bringing spiritual practices to your daily work, or both, you know, living your life on the day-to-day in a spiritual way. Of course, it could be day-to-day illusions, or day-to-day addictions, or lies, or any of that stuff. So we shall see. We shall see. And Neptune is he inspecting anybody? No. He's floating around in there. So he might not be a real big player, but he's strong in his own house, so, or his own sign, actually. Okay, so right above it, though, we have Venus, your ruler. So Venus, your ruler, is hanging out in Aries. And I think I already said this in a video, but I feel it again. She doesn't like it in there. It's a locker room, Aries is. It's smelly, it's loud and sporty, and it's not her favorite place. And for some reason, I feel like she does like it here for you. I don't know why. You'll see. Usually when I feel stuff like that, I'm usually right. But we shall see. So, you know, Venus and Aries, lay it on us. What do we got going on there? In the 7th house, a partnership or the other. Spells romance, spells relationship-y stuff, which is odd because you have a 6th house predominance here, but you got South Node in the 5th opposing the North Node in the 11th. This is like an energy of going from shenanigans and small-time shit into big time. Going from, you know, 5th house dalliances to 11th house dreams come true. And 11th house isn't pie in the sky like Pisces and Neptune can be. Not always. But the goodness in a Pisces Neptune transit isn't always immediately available or clear, whereas in Aquarius, that shit's clear. So, I don't know. I'm getting a very excited vibe on this round, which I did not get with the others. So now I'm intrigued, excited. Feel it. Feels like a precipice, you know, going from playing around to the real deal, going from day-to-day work. And even though you don't have anything in your career house in Cancer, that's just what I feel. I'm still working on that Pisces and Aries. There it is. Okay, now, Pisces is conjunct within half a degree of Mercury. So we got a conversation regarding money or love in the house of partnership. If you're married or in a committed partnership, it's probably more about money, is what I'm sensing. If you're single, this is about amping it up, going to the next level, is what I'm feeling. We'll see. So it's an actual conversation. And interestingly, we have Mars. No. Mars is squaring the new moon, not the Venus. The Venus is positively aspected by North Node. Career. Feeling promotions, money, like you're on the up. Your reading for February was fucking beautiful. I remember it now. And then we have Uranus not conjuncting the other two, but he's there. And this is shocking, unexpected, like what kind of energy. I like it. Most people don't like it. I dig it the most. I just do. Could be because I have Uranus rising, but I do. I really like it. And then let's hit that North Node. I'm feeling counterclockwise, so that's what I'm going to do. North Node in Leo. Now, Leo is definitely in positive flow to your ascendant because it's your 11th house. North Node is where you're to develop. It's what you're to cultivate and work on and go in that direction. What are you hoping for? What are you wishing for? Is it love? Is it money? Is it all of it? You know? It's going to speak to that. Okay, and then in your second house, I am feeling promotion strongly for you guys, or better work, more money, something like that. Yowza. I've got Jupiter in Scorpio in your second house of earned income. Nice. And then even the negative aspects, if we've got a new moon in Pisces in your fifth house or sixth house, of day-to-day living, squaring over here to your third house of neighbors and siblings, but it's communication is what it is what's going on here. So we got some heated discussions when it comes to your day-to-day life, your service to the world, your health, your, wound, whatever is going on here. And man, I feel more on for this one than I have for the others. And another discussion over here in the house of partnership or the other that feels very positive. And it's very positively aspected over here to your hopes, wishes, and dreams. So this feels like, your dream promotion, your dream job, your dream relationship, your dream partnership. Doesn't have to be love. Your ruler of Venus, the ruler of love, is here. But hey, whatever. I could have sworn they were square, and they are not. I've been doing a lot of private readings, so I'm jumping ahead in time here, and as opposed to now. It's the 27th of February right now. Okay. Interesting. There's a yod in this particular chart right here. You're going to have to look it up. It's too hard to explain. but it's important. Pointing to the North Node. You know what? I wasn't really focused. Put that one back because I wasn't looking. I was focused on the other. I'm still looking at this Mars squaring over to the new moon. So this is aggressive conversation. It could just be spirited. It doesn't have to be negative. I'm 50-50. It is a square. It is squaring that Chiron in the house of communication. We'll see. Pluto in Capricorn. What do we burn into the ground in order to rebuild for the month of March? And then Saturn, the teacher. What are we being taught? In a stir, cold way, in our deepest emotional core. I think y'all know how I feel about that by this time. It's a good thing. And I know in my spirit it's a good thing. I don't like it. That's just me. But you know, like water dominant people don't like excitement. I love it. So, you know, we are who we are and it's all good. But Saturn in your deepest emotional core is like, teaching us something. And then lastly, we have South Node in Aquarius in the 5th house of fun, joy, romance, children, and that creativity. So this is where you're good. You're good. Don't cling to this. Of course, that's what we always want to do. Why? Because we're good at it. Growing is hard, you guys. I see one more thing or do one more personal reading where people are like, no, I'm done with that. It's too hard. Well, okay. You don't really have a choice. It's kind of how it goes. So the best way to do it is to joyfully, hence my business name, go on this journey in a happy way. Nobody trains for a marathon or difficult things like that in a happy-go-lucky, like, ooh, this is going to be so fun. I mean, some people do, but even the process is difficult. That's how I try really, really hard to see these kinds of energies. Like, and this isn't terrible, but it's not a great combination, to be honest. And so be it. So think of it, this is wind sprint training time to get faster and better. Think of it as a challenge so that you can grow. Because the Libra Pentacle is Cancer. It's compassion, it's feelings, and so it's no surprise to me that you guys are, you know, struggling in the love arena because it's time to open that up. It's time to crack us open, which is never fun, okay? All right, let's get in there. Sun in Pisces in the 5th house. We have Page of Cups reversed. This is like not hearing what you want to hear about some sort of like emotional message. That's it. So which implies that you have an expectation of hearing something. How are you feeling about that? Ooh, just when you think. So this is a vibe of like you're waiting and waiting. And I don't even feel like there's a giant delay. I think it's you being impatient for some sort of emotional information or offer that makes you emotional or the other person is emotional. And you're afraid it's not going to come, only to find out it does. Ace of Cups. New emotional beginnings. Woo. Now I'm nervous. Is it good or bad? Pisces, Neptune and Pisces, 6 of Wands reversed. Interesting. So there's a situation where you did not feel on top. You did not feel in your day-to-day life. This feels past. I don't know why I think that, I just do. A past situation in your day-to-day life a bit ago, like a while ago, is what I'm sensing. Some sort of, well, okay, let's turn over Chiron, because what I was going to say is like some sort of a spiritual wound in your day-to-day life. Like maybe you went through, you weren't on top, you were defeated. What's your wound? Knight of Pentacles. So that's two things for me. I think there's an actual person here that is massaging that Chiron wound in you, as well as an actual financial wound at some point in time within the last 6 months or 6 years is what I'm feeling very strongly. Like, this feels like you were, I had just a really strong feeling of success and doing your thing and being great in day-to-day life, in your job, in your finances, in your health, like on top of your game, like doing really well. And something like grabbed you by the tail, brought you back down, and it feels financial. So maybe some of you had some financial defeat in the last couple of years to a couple of months. It feels over. It feels like it just does. So yeah, so it's being somehow this wound, this financial wound, as well as this person who's wounded you, this Knight of Pentacles, a very slow moving energy. So it feels like it's been a slow journey to get back on your feet. Whatever this thing was that was spiritually devastating for you in your day-to-day life. It feels like a job loss or some sort of economic hardship, a very large one. It feels very much like, because usually this card is a dude on a horse. It's not in this deck, but usually it's the dude on the horse with his flag, because he's won in battle. And so he's admired. Why did they do that way back then, you know? It's to parade around town and be like, we won, I'm the shit. So it's like it's not necessarily self-congratulatory. It's more, it's earned, you know? It's not crap. Something about you being on top did not sit well in day-to-day life for whatever reason around you. This would be like, you know, being on your horse and victory and we won, and somebody ambushing you and like shooting you with an arrow, like in a scene of a movie, like, oh shit, you thought you were on top and you were not. Well, you were, and then all of a sudden you weren't. And it feels like this new moon in your 6th house is bringing you, there's trepidation with this success. It's a very emotional process for you. Very emotional. Like you're not quite sure you want to be successful again because that's your wound, right? And so you've been slowly and methodically addressing your finances. And it feels like there's this overwhelming pouring out of goodness. I think this is you. I think you're afraid. That's what I think. Because this is just so overwhelmingly positive and good. It's like, oh, I don't know. Because last time I was like, woohoo, I got shot by an arrow. I know that's very specific, but that's what I feel. Some sort of gigantic letdown in your day-to-day life in the past is making you, it's not hesitation. It's not necessarily fear. It's like, oh, good. Here we go. Who's going to grab me by the tail and whatever. Let's just keep going. That's what I feel. And we'll you know what I feel like I want to do is go over to Mars is what I want to do. It's already passed and it's a little wide for me, but that's okay. So there's some sort of conversation or aggression. It could just be super enthusiasm. I don't know. Let's see. Oh, well, there you go. That's you. You're pissed. You got some words for this fella. Interesting. Huh. So here's you. This is Mars. You're the aggressor in this scenario here with your words. This is like, I want to duck and cover when I look at it. Like, she'll chop your head off with her words. You're furious. You are. Maybe not even, I don't even know that you're mad. This is like, you got something to say. You got something to say. What? I have no idea. But it's like, woohoo! I feel an energy of you going, oh, really? And people in the room quaking in their boots. They don't know what you're going to say. Interesting. Okay. All right. Your ruler. Ooh. Okay, so we got the star reversed with Venus. So something's not healing or you're not getting something that you want in the arena of love and or money. Mercury, another conversation. Oh. Ooh. Queen of Cups, Strength, Three of Wands, and the Hangman reversed. This is a lot of drama. This is involved. I know it. This Chiron guy. This Knight of Pentacles. So we've got some sort of slow, methodical person. It could be someone you work with. It could be a romantic interest. I'm not sure yet. Who's bringing up past issues and wounds that hurt you with the star reversed. And you didn't get what it is you wanted. So there's a conversation about you not getting something that you desired very much. You wished for it very much. I can't wait to turn over this Hopes, Wishes, and Dreams card. So the conversation is regarding, I feel like this is all you. And if this is true, congratulations, because holy cow, this is a lot of growth. A lot. So we have, you can't really look at them one at a time. It's a story. The conversation goes something like this. We've got Queen of Cups. So there's a conversation regarding you not getting something that you wanted or something that pains you that you're trying to heal from with an emotion, from an emotionally spiritual place is what I'm feeling here. And then you have Strength, which is awesome. This is like being brave enough to face the things that hurt you. Brave enough to have that conversation in an emotionally mature way. Because you guys don't like this energy. I don't think I would ever pull a Queen of Cups for a Libra rising. I mean, you guys would never show that much vulnerability. But in this deck, and a lot of times I see her as a real brat. You know, whiny and demanding emotionally and stuff. I'm not getting that here. She's really embodying the true nature of the card, which is, you know, water sign Emotional intelligence is what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say. It's deep. This isn't he said, she said, business. This is insight. It is an actual conversation. I don't know who you're having this conversation with. I'll try to find out, but let me finish my thought. Approaching your wound that you're trying to heal with emotional intelligence, getting in there and doing it, and you're brave, which is beautiful. I mean, this is bravery because you don't want to do that. You don't like it. And you've been doing the work and you're waiting for that to come home, and it's gonna. It will. How? I don't know. Let's find out. I'm so excited for you. This is really beautiful. Wowzers. Okay. With Uranus in Aries in your 7th house. Interesting. 5 of Wands. Now, normally the 5 of Wands for me is like petty fighting, gossip, altercations, verbally, but it's petty and small. However, in this deck, I don't get that. It feels like inner conflict. Why? Because there's no people in it. This feels like fighting with yourself. Okay, let's keep going. North Node in Leo, hopes, wishes, and dreams. 10 of Cups reversed. Now, I have to put my glasses on for that one. The swans? What the heck am I looking at? If you've ever watched my videos, you know how I feel about the 10 of Cups. One of two things here. Either you are changing your ideas about what it is you think you're wishing for. So for those of you that are wishing for, you know, perfect happiness in relationship, it would be going towards wishing for something different. Or equally plausible, your wish of having this is not over, or your desire for it, the possibility for it is not over, is what I'm trying to say. 10s are completions. I said this in another video, but we don't look at any other 10 card and go, that's magnificent. Even 10 of Pentacles, I mean, a lot of time, I would say the majority of the time in readings, for me, personally, it shows up as like a generational burden. You know what I mean? Like I have to do it this way because this is tradition. Or I have to do it this way because I have the burden of responsibility and money with 10 of Pentacles. 10 of Wands is a giant burden. We don't look at 10 of Wands and go, oh, isn't that magnificent? He has all that passion on his back. No, it's heavy. It's not good. 10 of Swords, we all know what that is. So why we treat this card any different, I'll never understand. My reaction has always been the same to it. It's fantasy. Okay? So perhaps you're not in fantasy anymore, or perhaps your fantasy is still a possibility. It's not over. We'll clarify, don't worry. Okay. Jupiter, who is aspecting the new moon, it's loose, but it's positive. In your 2nd house of finances. 8 of Wands. rapid fire communication. So there feels like there's some sort of dialogue happening. This feels like some sort of work thing that's waking up emotional things. Or you've been working on emotional things and now you're succeeding in work. Does that make sense? Like, for instance, let's say, because I feel like there was some past crisis in your work life, in your day-to-day life. And that can mean a lot of things. That can mean everything from you got changed to a shift you don't like, you know, and it just devastated you, or all the way to your day-to-day life got completely fucked right when you were on top. How? It feels financial. It feels financial. It does. And it's been a slow, methodical path back to where you want to be over here with Jupiter in your financial house. And the reason that you could get that is because you had emotional work to do, which we know because you got all this energy down here. Let's turn those over. So what I'm trying to say is that when you heal yourself, when you pay attention to yourself, you have this wound, this terrible thing that happened to you. See, for the other signs, I felt childhood wounds, and I'm not feeling that for you. I'm not. I feel like it's at least within the decade. That probably made you emotionally shut down. Resources are very important to Libras. Don't pretend they're not. Know yourself. You guys like beautiful things. You like money. You like the things that money brings you. And you had some major defeat in that area of your life, and it made you shut down emotionally. So you've been doing some emotional work in the house of the other. I don't feel a partnership here. I don't see one. I don't think you have been in a committed anything. And in past readings, you've been having this drama and intrigue, and what I've been feeling is you and this other person, and then I'll just say it, is this guy. I know it, because he keeps showing up. It's always a pentacle for you guys. Not getting instant gratification from this person, and yet feeling very drawn to them, and I'm referring to past readings, and like you guys have been helping each other grow in different ways. So they've been helping you, giving you the situation, giving you the courage to grow in an emotional way. Is that an easy thing? Absolutely not. It sucks. It blows, okay? It just does. Air signs do not like emotion. You guys like to think. You like to do, depending on your other placements. You like to read. You like to assimilate information. As beautiful as this card is, for an air dominant is like, woo. Because you know what an air dominant would consider this to be? Like a package of books arriving at their house that they can read. That's what emotionally fills you guys up, is information. And beauty and all of those things. This is real feeling here. Healing for a lot. Like somehow you got the courage, and I think it has to do with this like co-creation thing you got going on with whoever the fuck that is. Because yeah, like it gave you the courage to address deeper emotional cores. Well, let's get in there and find out what that is. What's the Phoenix rising? There you go. Ooh. Right. 5 of Cups reversed. No more disappointments. Because as air rising, especially Libra, because you need to stay balanced, when you get disappointed, when you get hurt, when you suffer major disappointments in your life, you know what the Libra does? They shut the fuck down emotionally. Well, we'll fix that. I just won't feel anything at all. I'll just turn my back on it. It's telling me And why do you guys do that? Because you can't, it's very difficult for you guys to process disappointments and emotionality to this degree. And it's telling me with the world, love the world in this deck. You've spun that tail, baby. It's over. This is an instance where you're finishing up your Pluto in your deepest emotional core. Don't get too excited. You'll just get a new thing. Because that's how he rolls. I asked for it this month, what he was going to transform and make you a phoenix in. You're going to transform the tendency to lose your shit over disappointments and shut down because you got it reversed. Good for you. Saturn, what are we being taught in our deepest emotional core? Wow, okay. This is very, very positive, you guys. And I am so happy this reading is not dominated by relationship stuff. This is you. This is all you. So what is Saturn teaching you? Man. And this is how this energy will work for you guys over the next couple of years. You're going to have a ebb and a flow. Pluto, when he rolls into town, is a fire-breathing fucking dragon, okay? He's going to blow fire all over what you got going on wherever he is in that house. It's got to go in order to build it back up, in order for the forest to regrow in a new way, completely new. You, my friends, are getting ready to spread your wings and fly after having some emotional devastation in your life in the last few years. Very deep wounds, very deep financial wounds, but it's beyond finances. I feel like it was a lot more than that. It took away your passion for your life, you know, whatever it was. And here you are, rising up again. And what happens when you rise up again? What happens when you persevere and you have the courage to face your inner emotional turmoil? What happens when you can do that? When you're like, you know what? Obviously my way is not working. Because that's what I feel like you guys have done. Obviously my way is not working. And that's reflected in past readings for you guys. Engaging with this asshole over here, who truly is trying to do in their Pluto as well. And trying to grow with you. So I say asshole only because that's how we grow. That's how we grow. When does the body know that there's something wrong? We don't, I mean, can you imagine a world where you're injured and you're hemorrhaging and you're bleeding out, but you feel no pain? How would you know? It would kill you. You need those pain activators, receptors to spiritually grow as well. To go, ooh, I've got a problem here. This is an area of problem. And it usually brings us emotional pain, spiritual pain. I'm seeing this as a spiritual, huge spiritual letdown for you. Having to do with money, day-to-day job, life, something that you are very emotionally attached to, but I don't feel like it was a person. I feel like it was like a job or something. Or maybe you lost something in your day-to-day, like your home, or even though it's not in your home, but it's something, it was a way of life is what I'm getting. You lost your way of life. And it hurt really, really bad. And you know why? Because you had to change your day-to-day life. I would be willing to bet, only because I've done lots of people with Libra rising, the cardinal signs have lost a lot. And your area of loss is telling me it was deeply financial, deeply spiritual wound and loss. that you years later, after a lot of hard work emotionally, in a way, you got, I mean, that goes against your nature to feel like that. That is not your normal energy. Why? Why go through all this? What for? Because when you're emotionally closed off, even if it's for a good reason, even if, it limits your options in life. If you can't be vulnerable and happy and joyful and pursue things with gusto because, oh no, I'm not going to get burned again. I'm just going to dim my shine and turn the volume down on myself so I don't experience that again. It limits you. It limits your options. And so now going through this process, what Saturn is teaching you this month is how many options you got now. I love this reading. I'm almost afraid to clarify anything because I don't want to ruin it. I have a few questions, but this is amazing. South Node, what are you getting? I knew it. I knew it. You're getting away from this. You had a major, a lot of you lost homes. I mean, I'm talking financial devastation here. By people you cared about in a creative field that you cared a lot about. A lot. Man, you did have a Pluto. It's time to get away from that. Your dreams, your ideals are not over. They're not. They're just beginning. And let me tell you what, the menu that you're going to choose from now is a lot bigger than it was before this tower. Because if I know me some Libra rising, you thought you had it figured out before this tower situation, however many years ago. Maybe it involved children. But it brought you something that brought you a lot of joy, a lot of happiness in your day-to-day life. Could have been multiple things. It could all be true. Love this. Okay. I am going to pull on, now it's Temperance, but I wasn't focused, so I'm curious if it'll come out again. Ten of Cups reversed in the North Node. What is this signifying? Is it that the dreams are not over, or they're going to come up with a better one? Ten of Cups reversed with North Node. Cups reversed. North Node. I want to know the star reversed with Venus, your ruler. What are we talking about there? I strangely don't feel that in a bad way. I usually do, but I don't at this time. I'm going to pull again on that Chiron, the wound, the Nine of Cups. More specific about what that wound was. Knight of Pentacles. And then I want to know what this beautiful Ace of Cups is. Give me a little more on that. I want to know what this Page of Cups reversed. Why is he reversed? What is he doing here? Because I'm not feeling negative. I feel like it's anxiety. I don't know why. I just do. I'm not going to pull on this wound because it'll be individual for each of you. I don't need to pull on that. I do want to know what this Queen of Swords is reversed is up to over here with Mars. This feels very sassy. I like it. But I could be angry. Maybe I'm wrong. And the Eight of Wands. This sudden, unexpected, like, wait, what? Information flying all over the place. Very positive financially. I got it. There we go. Okay. For the Sun with Page of Cups reversed. Yeah. You're afraid to accept something that's making you very emotional because you were done wrong financially in your sixth house at some point in time. Could be that this offer that you're not getting one because it's reversed. I still feel like it's you being trepidatious about this new thing. This is like your life going so shitty for so long, and then it starts going good, and you're like, I don't trust it. That's what it feels like. You got 10 of Cups again, but it's upright. I was correct. We got this amazing, beautiful, emotional new beginning with your deepest wishes. 10 of Cups. I love in some of these cards they have astrology and it's Mars and Pisces. Mars does not like being in Pisces. It's a terrible place for him. I don't know how to do it. It's telling you just what I thought over here with North Node. You felt like all was lost, and it's not. Not at all. It's just beginning. I stick to it. Chiron with the woohoo. Hello. With the Chiron with oh my. Okay. Interesting. You have renewed faith in the thing that's tickling your wound, which is that King of Pentacles, and there's you. Queen of Swords. Wowzers. Now this argument, these harsh words coming from you, I think you're sussing something out. I think you're having a very passionate discussion because it does feel like that. It doesn't feel like a fight. It feels like airing things out, like being real about this push me, pull you two have been in for the entire time I've been reading you guys. So what is this? Full reversed. So there is a very spirited discussion about what it is this person is going to bring you or do with you. You're feeling like, yeah, you burned me before. I'm not into it. I'm not doing that. Because I feel like there is, oh, God damn it, no, I got to pull on the other one. It feels like there's discussion about solidity and commitment. It's right next to Dead Conjunct, baby. An emotional, very happy new beginning for you. Dreams come true shit. And you're afraid. You are. It feels like the discussion is a very productive one. It does. So now I want to go over to that star with Venus, your ruler. Oh. Wow, you guys. She came out again, that Temperance. So I think this is addressing that Chiron, that past wound that this person is helping bring forward, increasing your options, and but it's wanting you to know it's not this guy or girl or person that is responsible for this, okay? No way. This is telling me you have done some incredibly dedicated spiritual work on yourself. You've been caring for yourself and getting in there and being brave, and things are turning around for you. I have the chills. This is amazing. 10 of Cups reverse gets Judgment. It's meant for you. This goodness is meant for you. Will it last forever? Of course not. Does any of it ever last forever? No. But it's yours. It's meant for you. This goodness is meant for you. Don't be afraid of happiness and joy, Libra. Don't be afraid of that. We are here to live. We are here to have experiences. You win some, you lose some, and they're always for you. Always. Even this devastation here, even this tower brought you good things. It did. It's telling me it's coming. Sometimes there has to be a forest fire. There just does. And sometimes that forest fire has to be in your favorite piece of forest. And things that you really held dear. But that's okay, because it's bringing you something even better. Even better. And you chose to have temperance. You chose to care for yourself. You chose to send your ships out and work on yourself and have compassion for yourself. And you sent those ships out at some point. At some point. I feel like this conversation that you're having, where you are just, you're out of control a little bit here. I'm not going to lie. Because I think whatever it is they're bringing you makes you so incredibly nervous. I feel like you're like practically screaming at this person. Like, don't say things like that. You don't mean it. You're not going to do it. You're going to fuck me over, or just like it's been going. And you guys and you end up sharing very deeply your story with them of how you had to be brave, work on yourself spiritually. Hangman is a spiritual card. A spiritual contemplation. Okay? You got it reversed, indicating you've done it. It's over. You don't need to do it anymore. You sent those ships out. You were brave. You worked on yourself. And you're going to share this vulnerability with the very person who tickled the wound to begin with. Which seems supremely ironic, right? I feel like you guys are coming to the end of a cycle where you are seeing the wisdom of the universe, spirit, and how things go. And being much more open to more experiences and not living in fear. That's the Eight of Wands. I see this for you again and again and again. You go from Queen of Swords reverse to Queen of Swords upright over here with this. Okay, I have to show you because otherwise it's hard to visualize. So the other person is showing up very immature. So they came to you tickling your wound in a very immature, slow place that was infuriating to you. You are the more mature one in this thing, and I see that consistently. You had faith in each other. And he gets to turn into a king. And you get to be a healer of yourself. This too feels like a promotion. It feels like it spills over into work and money. This is gorgeous, you guys. This is fucking gorgeous. I got nothing else to say. Spiritual readings are my favorite. Party tricks are fun. Divination's fun. But man, what is the outcome? Specifically, fucking delicious goodness is what's up. That's all I need to know. It's very spiritual. You have a lot of spiritual cards here. It is beautiful. Congratulations, you guys. So on the right track. Getting in there, healing yourselves emotionally, and you are going places because you took the time to care for yourself. And that is hard. Most people run from this stuff or distract themselves because it's painful. It's painful to go through. I suspect a lot of you didn't have a choice. Feels pretty devastating, whatever occurred. I'll pull one more on that tower just because now I'm curious. Why is the Tower here in South Node? You got Strength reversed. I don't know, but it cut you down to size in a big, big way. Big way. But that's okay. It is okay because now you're seeing what's up and you're getting your due. You had to go on an emotional, spiritual journey and you did. And now you're back.